So my name is Jason Wells. As of January 4th, 2021, I was sworn in by Mayor Gordon as Lexington's 19th Fire Chief. Very surreal and exciting moment for me. I'm the son of a firefighter. My dad came on the job in 1982 on the Lexington Fire Department, served for 27 years prior to his retirement. I initially graduated from high school in 1992 and went to UK. And I was there, and it sort of hit a point in my life where I became a little bit frustrated with where I was. I really didn't find the meaning that I was hoping to find initially there at school. And as I was talking to my dad about it, and he said, well, you know, the fire department's always an option for you. So the next hiring process, I signed up, and I was extremely fortunate. I got hired at 21 years old, very, very young to come on the job, but I did, and I came on the job in 1996. Was assigned at Station 7 on Tates Creek Road, Station 16, which you may recognize as the underground station for several years. Was promoted to lieutenant and worked a couple of different assignments, and then landed at Station 4 on Jefferson Street. Kind of an old school neighborhood firehouse. You're right plopped in the middle of that neighborhood, so we really got to know the people. I enjoyed it so much that I ended up spending about 13 years there until I promoted out of that station. It always was important to me to do something that had meaning. So it had to be something that was a meaningful career where I felt like I was making a difference in somebody's life. And throughout the years, I witnessed that. I witnessed my father coming home and maybe talking about a call that they had made, but I also witnessed the camaraderie that lives within the fire service. So the people that he worked with were more like family than they were like colleagues. He's been a huge influence, and it's not necessarily the things he would say. It's just witnessing the way that he acted and his interactions with other people. He's a very quiet, stable leader, and people naturally wanted to follow him because of their loyalty, not because of his demeanor, and not because he demanded it, but because people respected him, and that's been probably the single biggest influence on my leadership style as well. In the interim of all of my assignments, I had gone back to school, finished my bachelor's degree, and earned an MBA. And when I got upstairs and started getting involved in some of the human resources functions and some of the budgeting and things like that, I found that it allowed me to leverage my education and continue to serve in a little bit different way. So that was a lot of fun. I can remember distinctly 25 years ago having discussions with my fellow classmates in our recruit academy that, gosh, if I can make captain, that is going to be the pinnacle. You get to ride a fire truck, and that's the highest rank where you still ride an engine or a ladder, and that's what I want to do, and I want to be at that level. And I had almost 20 years on when I finally made major and promoted out of the fire station, and even at that point had really no ambition of coming to administration. But as I became more and more involved in the administration of the fire department, I realized more and more that there is an opportunity to make a difference. I have lived in Lexington for the vast majority of my adult life. I grew up in Winchester and moved to Lexington in 1992 to go to UK. Been here for the most part ever since. I've been married for almost 20 years. I have one daughter. She's 8 years old. She is a whole lot of fun and a whole lot of attitude. You know, at that age, they're a tremendous amount of fun, and she's sort of figuring out who she is. Knowing the time that has to go into it and the demands of a position like this, my family had to be completely on board, and thankfully they were, and they supported me 100% in this journey, and I'm very thankful for that. First of all, you have to recognize, and I would be foolish to not recognize, that we have a lot of challenges. We are in the middle of a worldwide pandemic, and that's not going away tomorrow. It's going to take a lot of time for vaccines to sort of process in, and we don't know what that's going to look like. We don't know what the time frame is. There are economic repercussions from the virus that we're going to be feeling for a while. Socially, there is a lot going on in the world. We are in the midst of some significant social change. With that said, I'm extremely excited. I think the opportunities that are out there for us to partner with our other agencies within the government, with entities outside the government, to deliver service to the community are limitless, and we're limited only by our creativity in a lot of instances. One of my focuses is our service delivery. And when you think about fire service delivery, the thing that comes to mind is the tones going off and we make an emergency response. We help someone at the worst moment potentially in their life. And that's very, very important. But service delivery comes in a lot of different forms. And one of the things that we've discovered over the last several years is programs like our smoke alarm installation program, like our car seat installation program, like our community paramedicine program. Those programs are meeting people out in the community where they are, instead of relying on them to have an emergency first and then call us to come fix it. And so those are some kind of innovative ways that we're getting out there and delivering service that are a little bit non-traditional. And I'll talk a little bit about what my 3 priorities maybe are for the department. So obviously service delivery, I want to continue to be innovative. We have some amazingly smart people. Operational efficiency, be it emergency response or non-traditional ways of delivering service. I'm excited about that, and that's certainly a priority of mine. Also, diversity and inclusion within the department. I'm actively looking for ways of increasing our ability to get the message out to the community at large that regardless of who you are, the fire service is a career option for you. And we want to make sure that we're touching everybody in the community to make sure that they're aware that this is an opportunity. The other side of that equation is the inclusiveness. Diversity without inclusion isn't that great. But when you have the whole picture and people know that they're valued, they know that their opinion matters, and regardless of who you are, if you come on this job, you're respected and you know that we appreciate you. That's kind of the full picture of the diversity and inclusion within this organization. I'm excited about what we can do. And then the final component of my 3 priorities is overall firefighter wellness. We've done some amazing work. Chief Chilton, in her tenure, made some tremendous progress in mental health of firefighters, really starting to recognize that taking care of firefighters allows them to deliver the service that the community needs. And it's an area that was underappreciated and understudied for a long, long time. I want to make sure we don't drop the ball on the initiatives that she started. We're going to take it, we're going to run with it, and hopefully maybe even expand some of those things. So it's more of a holistic view of firefighter wellness, not just taking care of your aches and pains and bumps and bruises, but also taking care of your mental health as well. So those are the 3 priorities that I think are really important to keep us moving forward, and we're going to continue to try to do everything we can to best serve this community.